Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the Fareham Society. The Society objects to the application to build the connector on Daedalus, and our objections cover a number of issues which you've heard a lot about already, with conflicts with policy, the inappropriate location, the visual impact, the impact on local residents, the airfield workers and students, with respect to noise, electronic interference, amenity and health. The proposed site for this connector, unlike other connector sites, is planned to be in proximity to residential homes, schools, a working aerodrome environment and an enterprise zone. And its characteristics and its huge size will have a significant impact on both the surrounding land and the populace. National Grid, the applicant, has failed to explain why they've chosen the Solent area in particular to site the English terminal of this cross-channel cable from Normandy. According to my charts, the shortest line from France would suggest West Sussex as a more economic option, particularly as their original chosen connection at Chilling can't be accessed directly. Was, for example, the power station at Shoreham considered as a possible site? There is nothing in their proposal to say why they ended up down here. Could not the connector be sited further inland, as it is understood the French intend at their end? It's wondered just how much effort has been made to achieve a more appropriate and less intrusive site. The site proposed at Daedalus is inappropriate and contrary to local plans, policies and designations from the countryside and the strategic gap. And the scale and location of the buildings will result in a significant loss of openness within this gap. The converter station, combined with the permitted 6 new terraced aircraft hangars to the south, and the 5 hangars to the west recommended for permission at the planning meeting due on the 25th of January, will create a significant block of urban development. There's really no place in a strategic gap, particularly at its narrowest point. Additionally, the proposal is contrary to policy CS12, which states that development will be permitted where it delivers or facilitates delivery of high-quality development, including employment development. IFA2 brings minimum employment, I think it's about 3 people, no infrastructure or resource benefits, and if the comments from the various land agents are to be believed, it could well be an inhibiting factor. There's been much local concern within this borough and in Gosport as to the potential effects of the scheme on local residents, and I'd like to focus on 2 of these in particular, the radiated noise and the visual impact. Our concerns with respect to noise refer to the impact on the surrounding area, and this impact could be particularly acute at night when background noise is reduced. At this stage, detailed designs for the converter plant, and therefore the plant noise, both levels and frequencies, are not available. A threshold of 30 dB is perceived as having little impact, but currently there's no evidence at all to give anyone confidence that such a level could be achieved. In the conditions proposed by the council officers that might be attached to an outline plan permission, a robust monitoring regime is required for the first 6 months of operation. But we have doubts over the independence of such a regime, and there's no mention of what happens, the consequences of failure. Will it be suddenly put to bed for years until it's sorted? And as has been mentioned by a number of deputies already, surely lessons could be learned from the major problems that arose despite previous assurances at the Peel Common Waste Treatment Works, which took a year to solve. Hadn't this area had enough? The hugely dominant converter building does not lend itself to architectural innovation. No amount of bunding or tree planting would hide it, and the camouflage paint schemes would have very limited effect. It would be a totally alien feature on the landscape. Tree planting would have to be restricted anyway to reduce the risks of bird strikes on the airfield. There's no scope to bury part of the building, as the amount of soil to be removed would be prohibitive, and the position of the water table would mean the risk of flooding would be greatly increased. To summarise this, society believes this application is totally inappropriate for a heavily populated and utilised area. As such, it differs from other similar UK facilities. We remain unconvinced that a more suitable location cannot be found. Overall, the application is contrary to a number of policies in the local plan, and also the ethos underpinning the development of the Daedalus Enterprise Zone. The potential impact on local residents is significant, and little assurance is forthcoming as to the effectiveness of the proposed mitigation measures. The Society believes the application should be refused. If, however, that should proceed, we would wish to be assured that assessment of compliance with conditions would be independently carried out, and the consideration of an application for full planning permission would be both public and transparent. Thank you.